For many artists, the urge to create is innate. They have to partake in the process of creation or else they don't feel satisfied. Out of all the arts and pastimes that we've come to recognize as artistic, photography is by far the most fascinating. And I don't just say that because I'm a photographer. Photography, as an artistic medium, has only come into the conversation within the not-so-distant past. Before that, it was considered an instrument of science. It's funny, isn't it? People always have the tendency to separate the arts and the sciences and call them opposite ends of the spectrum. But really, a lot of these practices that we've known and now have become, known as artistic, originally had a heavy foothold in the realm of science. The camera is a machine. It works with light, mirrors, and film to make an image. Even painting has its beginnings in science. The mixing of pigments to create different color paints can be viewed as a highly scientific process. That being said, art and science have more in common than we might originally admit. Photography, in essence, is the recording of light. The camera captures the light that bounces off of surfaces and records what it has captured on the negative. The negatives themselves are light sensitive, and when exposed to light via the snap of the shutter, create the image. Darkroom photography, though similar to its modern-day digital counterpart, is an activity based very highly around process. Being in the darkroom is an experience, one almost impossible to describe to those who have never done it before. The basic process is simple. The development, enlargement, and printing. It's the atmosphere that really defines the experience. It's the absolute power you have over the outcome of your images that you are printing. You can manipulate it any way you choose. Make the image lighter or darker, big or small. You can crop it and only print part of the image. You can even scratch and rip your negatives apart. The possibilities are practically endless. And though yes, many if not all of these things could be achieved digitally, through Photoshop or whatever other modern imaging software that may tickle your fancy, but it's the process. It's different. It's not nearly as material. For me, there's always been that draw to the darkroom, the materiality of it, the fact that you have to manipulate your media by hand with whatever you have available to you. It's the most attractive part of the process. It's something that could never quite be replicated digitally, because no matter what, when working digitally, your involvement is never quite the same. It isn't as physical. And even though now I work mainly through digital because of the convenience of it, darkroom photography still holds a special place in my heart. And I think I'll always have a certain level of respect for those artists and photographers who still work in the darkroom. It really isn't as easy as it looks.